What's up, guys? Rico here. May the market be blessed. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I don't even have words. I don't even know where to start. Because this is the wildest things I have ever seen before. I mean, it is funny, entertaining, and rewarding all at the same time. I mean, you need to hear about this. All right, so before I tell you why I think AMC and BlackBerry are probably going to be the next short squeeze, I need to tell you first about this one. Well, GameStop. We need to talk about this one because boy, oh boy, whew, I need to sit well so I can tell you the story. So here's the thing. There's this guy. His name is Andrew Left. He represents this company called Citron Research. I can't talk today. Anyway, so he went on Twitter and started basically this trend and telling all the retail traders, the retail traders like, you know, you and me, people that trade at home, they don't have anything to do with Wall Street. Anyway, you know, just independently trading for yourself. And started telling how basically, you know, throwing jobs, like how, you know, retail traders are inexperienced, stupid, basically dumb. They don't know what they're doing. They're gonna lose. And it was talking specifically about GameStop because GameStop has surged at that time, which I believe was a week ago, yes. It surged all the way around, you know, the $40 range. And he started saying how this stock is going to crash and it's going to go down to $20. And that's why I am short selling it. We are short selling it. I guess him and his Wall Street buddies that always do short selling, which I always wonder why even short selling is legal in the first place. But they do it anyway. And I'm sure you're probably going to wonder what is short selling. I'm just going to tell you really short. Basically, short selling is you bet against a company. Let's say you bet against the stock of a company. You make money when the stock of a company crashes. So if they don't perform well and the stock keep going down, you make money for betting against it. How is that even helping if a company is struggling? And most companies that are struggling, it's not like they want to go out of business. They're probably still trying to do anything possibly they can. They had tried to have different solutions, be successful at some point. But if you're betting against the stock and then you're pushing the price of the stock down, most people wouldn't even want to look at it because they would think this company never really performed very well, so I wouldn't really invest into it. So at the end of the day, short selling does not help a lot of companies. A lot of the companies that are already in trouble, short selling does not help them. It only makes the problem worse. But they do it. That's what Wall Street does. And these people, well, he was out there bragging about how he was going to basically short sell GameStop. And he was predicting, that was his opinion, saying it was going to go to $20 a share. So technically, he was hoping that when it crashes, everybody that had position on GameStop, because GameStop, let's face it, a dead company, no one really buys, I don't know, CDs or games at GameStop anymore, because you can just buy it online. You know, you can just download your games, whatever, straight into your console, and you don't really need to go to a store to get it. You know, no one really goes to stores anymore for those. I don't know who does, but anyway, just saying. So now, after he said that, basically, he insulted a group of people that have a platform on Reddit that's called Wall Street Bets. There's over 2 million people in that community, the subreddit. So everybody heard. The thing is, that subreddit, almost everybody knows. A lot of the traders on there, they don't really care about all the fundamentals about any stock. They just like to be hyped up around things that shoot, well, to the moon. Like they love to do it. And so to explain a little further, here's how a short actually works. Let's say there's a company ABC, whatever. You go to your broker and you borrow one share. Let's say one share of that company is $100. You borrow that one share, Because you're betting against the stock, you go out there and put it in the market and, sell it to that price to someone else. But then knowing that you're betting against the stock, it will go down. So let's say the stock of that company goes down to $10. And what you do is you turn around and go back and repurchase, because it's still, you borrowed it. So you need those shares you need to return those shares. So what you do, you go back and repurchase them at a very, very low price. And then you come back, you return it to your broker that you borrowed from. You keep the difference, which is $90 between $100 and $10. You keep the difference. And that's how short sellers do. They do that over and over and over and over. And GameStop was heavily shorted. Over 140% of the stock. So these people were trying to push, were basically betting over 100% of this stock. That's crazy. But one thing that they forgot is people in Wall Street bet, they love when somebody put them to a challenge, technically. So this is why they figured it out. They figured that a lot of these Wall Street people, they usually put a lot of the money in companies that are heavily shorted. So basically they go find these low cap or value company that are so heavily shorted, companies that are struggling, pretty much don't really have a future. And they are betting against those companies by putting a lot of money into it. So here's what they think. Well, if we want to make money, then we have to go bet against them. So what do? Then we have to make sure this stock, instead of going down, we're gonna make sure it goes up so that they, Wall Street guys, would lose money. Well, that is exactly what happened. The guy from Citron who thought the stock was going down to $20, but it started going up. It went from $40 to $76, and then $80, and then all the way to $160. And as of today, as I'm making this video right now behind the screen, it's $140. Insane. So here's the crazy part. You see, when you're short selling, your profit margin is almost set because it's not infinite. It's only the amount or the difference between what you bought from and where you're gonna sell it from. And even if the stock goes all the way to zero, basically that's the maximum you could possibly get from that specific short. But a short squeeze, it means you can lose infinite amount of money if the stock goes in the opposite direction, which means if the stock start running up instead of going down as you would have hoped, and then it just keeps going and going and going. The more it goes up, the more you lose money, because guess what? You borrowed those shares and you need to repurchase them so you can pay, well, basically your debt, because you gotta return them. But the thing is, you're gonna have to repurchase them at the highest price possible so you can pay back, which means you lose. Because if the stock doesn't stop going up, well, you know what I mean. And I personally, I don't feel bad about Wall Street because they take advantage of all of us. They always get bailed out when we get into a financial crisis that usually they are the ones that created it or started it in some ways. They always take advantage of hardworking, working people, day-to-day Americans, or pretty much anybody. They do that and they never cared, and they've done it for decades. And now they wanted to play professionals with these people, but they forgot one thing. Wallstreetbets has 2 million members, and all those members pretty much are hyped up with whatever stock everybody's speculating on the platform. So now think about it this way. when you have 2 million people, and let's take an average of saying if each one of them on average can spend $1,000, that is $2 billion of buying power. That's a lot of money. But the crazy part is, we both know that people on that platform, a lot of them even have more than $1,000. So now when you think you have all these people that decide to go buy one specific stock and they have a $2 billion buying power altogether, they will screw you like bad. So I know a lot of people started thinking, well, this is a scheme, or this should be illegal. In reality, it really isn't, because these people, this is my personal opinion, by the way. These people are not saying, or they're not telling everybody, this is a good company, you should go buy it, it's gonna bring you a huge reward. They're not doing that. All they're doing is just exercising their First Amendment, which is free speech. Everybody just speculating, thinking, oh, we could do this. Oh, I think I loved it. The thing is, these people know that. They are well aware that these companies that they go after don't actually perform well. They know that these companies are pretty much dead. They don't have any future. They know that these companies really don't bring much of any revenues. They're not as profitable as any investors will want to put their money into it. That is the reason why they're heavily shorted or bet against almost all the time. So they're well aware of that. But they buy them anyway. It's their choice. You can't tell someone you cannot buy that just because you think it's not a good company. Most of the time they do it for the entertainment. And for this one, they're kind of trying to prove a point, because they're going against Wall Street to tell them, hey, if you think we can't do it, and if you think we're dumb, then we'll show you that we're not dumb. So far, I don't know what the numbers are gonna come up tomorrow, but so far, Wall Street short sellers, they have lost over $6 billion on GameStop. It's ridiculous, but they're not giving up. So I don't know how long this game is gonna go, but the short squeeze is still well alive and is still going on. This is why I think, and the way I'm seeing, the way AMC already started behaving, and so is BlackBerry, because AMC was trading as low as $1 and something. I believe it was $1.89 or 99 cents, I believe. And right now, as of this moment, it is trading around $8 after hours. It's ridiculous. But why? Because it is also one of the companies that is heavily shorted. And if you want to figure out which companies Wall Street bet communities on Reddit is going after, you just look at the list of the companies that are heavily shorted by Wall Street. All these big investment funds, they just go on the list and they pick the cheap one that they think is heavily invested, and they just start buying it and buying and buying and buying. And I know I've seen all the mainstream media out there started talking about how, well, this should be illegal, the SEC should look into this, they have to be. Honestly, I feel like these people are feeling just salty about all this thing, because when they take advantage of us, they're okay with it. They never say this is wrong or this is it. They just feel bad because, or they're hurt like little babies, because they just got played to their own game by millennials, technically. A lot of young people out there with their stimulus checks in their hands and ready to throw it out there in the market, and they don't really care what happens. It's entertaining at the same time, it's funny and rewarding. I personally wouldn't purchase any of those companies, because as a trader, I've learned, to follow different fundamentals and what to look in companies and risk and reward all that, the ratios and everything else, you kind of look at it. But these people don't look at that. They just go with what the flow is. And the thing is, and like I said, this is not professionals or people that are organized group willingly knowing that they are spreading misinformation in order to enrich themselves, because that's what's illegal. It's a group of people willingly spreading false information in order to get other people to put money into it, which is a pump and dump, and then they make money when everything sells off and everybody else loses. This is not the same. This is our people just standing there. We love the stock. We love GameStop. We love AMC. You can't stop those people because everybody loves it and they just do it anyway. So what are you gonna do about that? It's free speech. Just like every single time we see analysts on TV saying, I think the stock market is going to crash tomorrow or within a few days, or I think that this crash is coming soon. How many times have we seen these type of headlines and nothing happened? They are free to say that. So how is it wrong for a few people out there saying, I'm buying GameStop, I think it's a good one, I believe in the well, I can believe in something. You don't have to believe in it. If you don't think it is, that's your problem. But if I believe in it, well, that's what these people are doing. They just believe in it. And someone else think, oh, I believe in it too. I like it. And they do what they gotta do. I don't know where GameStop is going, honestly, and I don't know how much. And I know at some point it will, yes, it's going to pull back and it's going to crash massively. But I'm sure by then they would have proved their point that they can make them lose money. They can make Wall Street literally lose money, a lot of it. This is an army. It's the to the moon generation here we're talking about. Everything is to the moon. So that is why I think if you want to figure out what would be next, and because this is not the end, don't think that because they did it with GameStop, they're just gonna stop there. Oh, they love what they're doing. It's entertaining even to themselves. So if you just wanna pop your popcorn and watch what's going to happen next, well, I think you probably wanna look at AMC and BlackBerry, and there is a lot of them on the list there. But I'm just identifying these ones because, in my opinion, and when I look at what just happened and the way they are gapping up in only a few days from their lows, like I said, AMC was only $1 and something just a week and a half ago or something like that. And today is $8. GameStop was only $3 and right now it's $240. So I don't know, but I don't think we've seen the last of any short squeeze. I'm pretty sure these people are going to buy basically all the stocks that they think are being over or heavily shorted, and they will just ride them up to the moon. And of course, everybody's buying at their own risk. And they're well aware of what they're doing. It's not like they told them something wrong or they're lying to them. No, they're all well aware of what they're doing. And that is what makes it so entertaining. Anyway, I just wanted to share this with you and kind of give you an idea of how exactly they think and what and how they find and how they actually pick these stocks to write up. And if you want to figure out how they actually pick them up, just Google it. Heavily shorted stocks. The list will come up. It's free information, it's out there. And then you can look at the list and then you can check them out and see which one have been gapping up. Like crazy gapping up or irrationally gapping up for no reason. Then you figure out it's probably one of them that's about to go crazy again. So anyway, the saga is not over. I don't know what tomorrow is going to be like, but just wanted to share this video with you so we can all have fun and maybe I can help some of you, because I know a lot of people out there been trying to figure out what the heck is going on with GameStop. Yeah, it's a fight between Wall Street and an army of young people. This is another form of protest. And retail investors did not really take well to be called dumb and stupid and everything else. So, well, they're fighting back. So This is kind of a revolution. It's funny, and I don't feel bad for those Wall Street guys losing money. I don't. I'm sorry, but I don't. It is what it is. They've done it to us for years. They put a lot of people out of business anyway, and they always get bailed out every single time there is something. You know, everything that's been going on, financial crisis, they get bailed out first. So, whatever. But again, I wouldn't purchase stocks like that. I wouldn't put anything into it because the risk is just too high. And the level of emotions, dude, I mean, if you can handle it, hey, that's you. Anyway, thank you for watching our videos. Don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button. As always, we'll try and make sure to bring to you the best content possible, just the way you like it. I, for one, will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.